because it's a double life-size hand, I wanted to make a hand that expresses grace, wisdom, and beauty, so I chose an older woman as the model. I extended her fingers a little bit to give her more grace. This is the primordial umbilical cord flowing into the universal womb, giving birth to humanity. So this piece is a metaphor for all creativity, and we can be creative in anything we do. It's bronze. This is an edition of 36. This one is number 35. It's inspired by Michelangelo's creation of Adam in the Sistine Chapel, Adam and Eve. Adam, God's hand touching Adam's creation of Adam. And also Rodin did a sculpture called The Hand of God, which is Adam and Eve embracing in God's hand. And when I saw it, I thought, come on, Rodin, you can do better than that, but you can't because he's dead. So I thought I would make The Hand of Creation. I'll give you a copy of this. So this is my Bible series catalog. My Bible series is sometimes blasphemous, but always uplifting. It has some of my favorite stories in the Bible and my interpretation of the biblical stories. This is called the Trinity Cross. And I call it the Trinity Cross because it's made up of 8 triangles. The front view is wide at the bottom and thin at the top, but the side view is thin at the bottom and wide at the top. So it's the Trinity from the front, from the side, from the earth to the heavens, and from the heavens down. So from every viewpoint, it's the Trinity, and it comes in 4 sizes, plus earrings, and I also have finger rings.
That was and I do want to get Hi, Teresa Moore here, filming from the City of Angels, and today I'm going to share with you, I'm always looking for things that can uplift you and make you feel great, and as part of my Inner Beauty series, I want to share some things about emotions and how art and expression can affect your emotions. And so I'm going to share with you an amazing infinity loop that just caught my attention. But before I get to that, I want to share with you artwork. Art and expression of your emotions through the work you do. My daughter happens to be an artist, a fine artist, who's trained in just about every skill. But her art is not necessarily my preference. But because she's my daughter, I have to love it. And so there are good things. For example, her little Cupid, it was cute, but it was pretty negative. And so I did some things like put a little flower on Cupid who got shot in the back and is laying splat on the floor. That was her expression as she was going through a separation from a mate. But some other things, she did a thing of her hand. And so these are my daughter's hands that she did in a mold, and I just added some flowers to it. And so I wanted to share with you in our Inner Beauty how artwork, flowers, can really change the way you look at things. And so that's going to raise your energy level. Your thoughts matter, and thoughts create matter. And that includes prayer or wishings to other people. So my little piece today is I'm going to introduce you to somebody that I met at the Mother's Day art show here in Studio City. I was mesmerized by this amazing infinity loop, and it just showed when we drove by, and it just shined, but it did more than shine. It literally shifted me into a vortex, an energy field that I refer to like Stargate. And I got so excited that I had to meet the artist, and he's here local, and I told him I would share his work because I believe this infinity loop that he designed, and he's created different versions of it. He has a necklace, he has a stainless sterling silver version of it. And then he has these mosaics, and I truly believe they take you into a higher level of consciousness because of the energy field, the light, and the concept of an infinity loop. So I wanted to share with you some other things that he did, other work of his, because I'm going to start sharing that everyone should have an infinity loop in their home or on their body as it takes you into other levels of consciousness and connects you to knowledge and experiences. So Charles Sherman, and he also he has just some amazing work, and so I wanted to share with it. He told me he had a Bible series, and usually I try to stray away from Bible stuff, not because I don't believe it, but because all the people who don't believe it feel intimidated when you bring it up. But Charles did such an amazing job, like his, he calls it, and I have to share this with you because you're going to start seeing a little interview that I've done with, that I'm going to do with him. Here's what he says: I conceive of my work as a visual interpretation reflecting the complexity and deep humanity of biblical characters. It expresses a compelling, inspirational message about our rich biblical past and our developing mythology. The work specifically deals with issues of gender, spirit, and the divine. And I want you to start to learn more about his work. And so I'm going to do an interview with him, but first I wanted you to see his work and how much it just compelled me to move into a higher level of consciousness with this infinity loop, and I invite you to explore it with me as we start to see how art influences who you are, what you feel, and what you radiate out. And so join me as we start to learn more about Charles Sherman's Sculptures in Bronze on his Bible series and creativity and women's expression. Thanks for joining me, and I look forward to seeing you in one of my webcast interviews, series, or classes.